CBN directs banks to pay 20,000 naira over the counter, with riders. Apex Bank believes other agencies to prosecute sellers, abusers of naira. Naira redesign good for economy, present hardship temporary, federal government.
Customs sees fake dollars worth 2.7 billion naira in Lagos.
Bolanle ballistic report ready. Witness tells court how Vende was disarmed.
Ohinoyi Kogi government resolved rift.
Distribution problem, panic buying, grid falling, petrol scarcity, Kiari.
2 killed, over 40 trapped, and 20 rescued as a 2-story building collapses in Abuja.
Southern Middle-Belt leaders reaffirm Obi as preferred candidate.
PDP accuses Wike of anti-party activities, denies working with APC. PDP drags Nnamani, 7 Ekiti chieftain before disciplinary committee.
How UK rejected request to repatriate ex-minister Dizani, Interpol, as Rebs flag off probe of missing $2.4 billion crude oil revenue.
Atiku Okowa working to secure debt relief for Nigeria, campaign council.
In motion, Tinubu vows to succeed Buhari. On sports,
Ronaldo exits, blessing to Manchester United, Roy Keane.
Osimhen scored a penalty goal against Roma. Carissa, these and others will come your way on today's edition of Headlines after the timeout. Good morning and welcome to today's edition of Headlines from 104.5 FM, Voice of the West, Nigeria. My name is Adeyemi Abodering, and with me on the program this morning is
Daniel Inquiry.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, on Thursday directed banks to commence the payment of a maximum of 20,000 naira of the newly designed currency note over the counter to customers immediately. The Apex Bank also said it will collaborate with the Nigerian Police, Federal Inland Revenue Service, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit to address the hardship faced by people in getting cash from banks, other financial services providers, and check the unpatriotic practice of hoarders. Osita Iwanisobi, Director Corporate Communications of the CBN, who disclosed this on Thursday in a statement issued in Abuja, also admonished members of the public to embrace and adopt other payment channels for their transactions. The Apex Bank warned Nigerians, particularly those at social functions such as birthdays, weddings, and funerals, to desist from disrespecting the naira or risk being arrested by law enforcement agencies, while reiterating its commitment to Nigerians to ensure the effective distribution of the newly introduced naira banknote. The CBN urged the people to exercise patience as the Apex Bank is working assiduously to address the challenge of queues at ATMs. And this will be a talking point on your view segment today. The directive by the CBN to resume services at the counters by giving a maximum of 20,000 naira to the customers over the counter. What is your view on this, and when the time comes, the number to that will still remain studio number 08187775777, or this alternative number in case there's problem with that, 080-242-05798, 080-242-05798 when the time comes.
The Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum on Thursday reaffirmed their support for their presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and his running mate, Obi Dati Ahmed, in this month's election. Rising from the extraordinary meeting in Abuja, The leaders maintain that they will work to ensure the former Anambra State governor is elected as president come February 25th. The forum has therefore urged Nigerians to join the leaders to push for the realization of Obi's presidency. The SMBLF warned those who may be thinking of disrupting the general elections that lovers of democracy will resist any attempts to derail the exercise. Leader of the forum, Chief Edwin Clark, attended the meeting virtually, while Chief Ayo Adebanjo, leader of Afenifere, Oba Oladipo Olaitan, deputy leader Afenifere, Pogu Bitus, the chairman, the Middle Belt Forum, Colinius Adebayo, ex-Kwara State Governor, Oke Amuche, Secretary General, Ohaneze Ndigbo, John Inya Nwodo, Kofuruola Bokno, Betty Ibeni, Chukwemeka Eziefe, Emmanuel Iwuanyanwu, Simon Okeke, Denzel Ketembe, Sola Ebiseni, the Secretary General Afenifere, Ibe Nwosu, the Professor ABC, and Dele Fatoromi. Nwodo, a former Minister of Information, read the communique issued at the end of the meeting, stressing that the leaders will work hard with their various constituencies to ensure that they give the Labour Party standard bearer massive support for the elections for the sake of a better Nigeria.
And against the backdrop of the cancellation of approval for the use of the Adoke Amesimaka Stadium for its presidential campaign on February 11 by the Rivers State government, the People's Democratic Party Presidential Campaign Council has replied the Rivers State government on the reason for which the government took the decision. A letter signed by the State Commissioner for Sport, Christopher Green, dated January 31st, cancelled an early approval granted to the PCC for the use of the stadium, claiming that the PCC was collaborating with Rivers APC for a joint campaign in the stadium. Responding in a letter to the state government signed by Director of Rivers State PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Dr. Abiy Sekibo, on Thursday, the PCC completely denied the assertion of the government, describing it as potentially false and perverse. The council stated that it would not have been possible that our highly respected security agencies cannot furnish you with such untrue and unfounded lies. In a letter addressed to the state governor Nyesom Wike, the PCC explained that it has nothing whatsoever to do with the APC in Rivers State.
The spokesman of the People's Democratic Party Presidential Campaign Council, Mr. Charles Anyagu, has disclosed that the PDP's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar is already working to secure debt relief for Nigeria. Anyagu, also Delta State Commissioner for Information, stated on Thursday in Asaba that Atiku and his running mate, Delta's Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, were adequately prepared to transparently manage the nation's economy and create jobs. Atiku wants to bring back jobs. In his policy document, he intends to discuss Nigerians' creditors to seek their support in rescheduling the debt and possibly get forgiveness. He will ensure utmost transparency and responsibility in deployment of loans. As at the last quarter of 2014, Nigeria's domestic debt was 9.6 trillion naira. Today, it is 26.9 trillion naira. As at the last quarter of 2014, our foreign debt was as low as 1.6 trillion naira. Today, it is 17.1 trillion naira. Nigeria Ways and Means was just about 0.6 billion as allowed by the law, but today it is about 23 billion naira, and that is a government that claims to have done so well.
And the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Senator Bola Tinubu, has assured Nigerians of readiness to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari, having contributed to his emergence in 2015. Tinubu disclosed this at the presidential rally held at Freedom Park, Osogbo, on Thursday. The APC presidential candidate, who addressed the crowd at the rally in Yoruba language, said, "Àwa la gbé wọn wọlé, àwa la máa rọ́pò wọn." he enjoined the people not to be deterred because of the present situation, especially the agony and pains being experienced as a result of the swap of naira notes.
Barely 24 hours after affirming President Muhammadu Buhari's intention not to favor or work against any presidential candidate in next month's presidential elections, Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed now says the president is campaigning for the All Progressive Congress candidate Bola Tinubu. Speaking at the 22nd session of the President Muhammadu Buhari's caucus series in Abuja, he said his Wednesday's remark on the claim made by Governor Nasir El-Rufai of Kaduna State, suggesting that elements in the presidential villa are working against Tinubu's victory at the February 25 poll, had been misrepresented in some quarters. Mohammed said the president is in support of the ruling party candidate and had been campaigning for him. He stated yesterday while reacting to a question at the post-FEC briefing at the State House.
The head of the National Central Bureau International Police Interpol Assistant Inspector General of Police Garba Baba Umar on Thursday disclosed that the government of United Kingdom turned down request to repatriate former Minister of Petroleum Resources Mrs. Dizani Alessin Madueke. Umar, who disclosed this during the hearing held at the instance of the House of Representatives ad hoc committee investigating illegal sale of Nigeria crude oil export from 2014 till date, as well as the illegal sale of 48 million barrels of Nigeria's Boni Light crude in China in 2015, estimated at $2.4 billion, shared by Honorable Mark Billa, said that all processes of mutual legal assistance were followed, but the government refused. He further revealed that Alison Madueke challenged the move in the UK court with a view to frustrating extradition to Nigeria. Speaking earlier, Umar said that his effort paid off in bringing back former head of pension funds Abdurrashid Maina and the former Attorney General of the Federation Mohammed Adoke to face prosecution. He stated that the Director of Public Prosecution from the ministry said, "We have been doing issues of extradition."
The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Malam Meli Kyari, on Thursday said distribution challenge, panic buying and customers' behavior are factors fueling petrol scarcity across the country. He said there is no fuel scarcity as the country currently has over 28 days of supply. The GCEO spoke to newsmen in Abuja and said that there was need for Nigerians to trust that there is availability of the product. He said the distribution challenge was due to current realities spreading across the supply value chain.
And governors on the platform of the All Progressive Congress are set to meet President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa Abuja today. A source privy to the meeting told airlines that the agenda is to convey the position of the Progressive Governors Forum or the hardship being experienced by Nigerians as a result of the scarcity of new naira notes. There was an unconfirmed report that some of the governors had earlier in the week met with the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to seek for a review of the timeline for the mop-up of the old notes. The governors will at the meeting impress it on President Buhari to mandate the Apex Bank governor to make adjustment for the deadline in order to mitigate the painful experience of Nigerians. Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasir El-Rufai on Wednesday, while speaking on a live TV program, applauded the initiative to redesign the naira but faulted the timing.
The Semi-Customs Command of the Nigerian Customs Service on Thursday said its men seized fake $6 million worth 2.763 billion naira in Gbagi area of the Semi-border in Lagos. The area controller of the Semi-Auction Customs, Commander Dera Nnadi, said in the last 13 days the command recorded milestones in its anti-smuggling operations. Some of the anti-smuggling landmarks by the command include the seizure of fake $6 million equivalent to 2.763 billion naira at exchange rate of 460.52 naira, and also arrested two suspects conveying the fake currency from Nigeria to the Republic of Benin.
And the line is now open for your comment on your view segment today, and we are looking at the directive to banks by the CBN to resume payment over the counter, and the maximum should be 20,000 naira. What is your take on this? And you can call in through this alternative studio number 08024205798. We have the first caller in the. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Alaji Ability from Ukibale.
You're welcome, sir.
CBN should quickly address the situation. The situation has increased hunger. 20,000 naira is still not adequate. New naira notes should be pumped adequately into the circulation. This government, let us eat the meat on the top. APC is taking Nigeria for a ride. The first commoners are oppressed. Good morning.
Good morning.
Global Leaders Academy, always a leader. Thinking of where to get qualitative education for your child? Think of Global Leaders Academy. Our creche, nursery, primary and secondary schools are established in tandem with global standards with qualified and experienced teachers. At Global Leaders Academy, we have state-of-the-art facilities such as comfortable hostel accommodation with maximum security, well-equipped science laboratory, school buses, adequately furnished library, and many more. Oh yes, worship centers are available to accommodate each student's preferred religion. We also take our students for excursion on a regular basis. These and many more reasons are why Global Leaders Academy has been a choice school for parents who desire qualitative education for their children. Visit us today at Global Leaders Academy, located at Plot 1A and B, Oroki Estate, Lameko Junction, Oshobo, or call 0815-928-0037. At Global Leaders Academy, we are not led, we lead, and always a leader.
Yes, well, welcome back to the studio, and we are still talking about the directive to commercial banks to resume services over the counter and 20,000 naira as maximum payment rather to customers. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Your name, please.
My name is Mama from Ejibo.
Your comment, please.
As far as the politics, I believe that the government has a certain thing they want to derive from implementing such policy. But what you are saying in essence is, even if it is 20,000 or more, even less than that, the populace are not even allowed to receive the money inside the bank. Even many of us, we go to the ATM stand. When you get there, the money is not there. If you go to our market now, even in Osun State here, how many markets can you go and be able to even access new currency? They are telling us that we should be spending among ourselves. So that they should try to help us to make this money is available as far as our market is concerned. Please and please, the government should work on it. And if they collect that 20,000, I don't know, I feel at the end of the day, that particular, the reason why they are implementing for the policy, the public are going to know. But as far as that is concerned, we don't have cash in public to spend.
Thanks. Well, the line is still open, and the number to dial is 08024205798. While awaiting your call, an Assistant Superintendent of Police, Olorunshola Olusegun, who disarmed an officer, Drambi Vande, charged with the killing of a Lagos-based lawyer, Bolande Rahim, on Christmas Day, testified on Wednesday at the Lagos State High Court sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square as the fifth prosecution witness, as reported, led in evidence by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Moyosore Onigbanjo. The witness told Justice Ibironke Harrison how he disarmed Vande.
And the police in Lagos State have identified a gun-wielding man in a video that went viral on social media as Tajuddin Olarinwaju Bakari, According to the police, 3 pump-action rifles, 1 Beretta pistol magazine, 1 expended 9mm ammunition, 1 expended and 3 live cartridges were recovered from the suspects in the Surulere area of the state. Bakare, who has since been declared wanted by the state police command, allegedly led gun-wielding thugs to attack residents of Surulere recently. The police also threatened to deal with anybody who engages in breach of public peace. The viral video of some heavily armed men at 2 weeks ago gone viral as hoodlums went on rampage and shot sporadically.
And Osun State Chief Judge Adepele Ojo, presiding over the case of murder of Timothy Adegoke, a student of Obafemi Awolowo University, has adjourned the matter till Thursday, March 16th, for the adoption of final written addresses by the parties involved. At the Zoom hearing of the case on Thursday at the Osun State High Court, Osogbo, the owner of Hilton Hotel Ile-Ife, where Adegoke was allegedly murdered, Dr. Rahman Adegoke, standing trial alongside 6 of his employees, closed his case. Adedoyin's counsel, Mr. K. Eleja SAN, said he had no other choice than to close his case after 2 witnesses he intended to call failed to appear. Eleja, who said he tried all he could to call Inspector Victor Ekpayong and an Assistant Commissioner of Police, Dr. Benedict Agbo, of Nigerian Police Force Forensic Science Laboratory, Force SCID Annex, Alagbon, Lagos State, said despite all effort made, both were not in court.
And the Commissioner for Women Affairs in Cross River State, Ms. Gertrude Nja, was on Wednesday kidnapped by gunmen in Calabar, the state capital. An eyewitness, Mr. Samuel Okon, told newsmen that the commissioner was forcefully taken out of her official car by masked gunmen. Okon said the hoodlums took the commissioner away in their car and abandoned our own car in Calabar South. The special advisor to the governor, Ben Ayade, on information, Mr. Kalita Aruku, confirmed a kidnap in a telephone interview with newsmen. Aruku said security sources have confirmed that the Commissioner for Women Affairs have been kidnapped.
And quickly to the sports arena. Fly Eagles coach Ledem Bozo has included only 3 foreign-based players in a 30-man provisional squad for the upcoming Under-20 African Cup of Nations, having run the rule over several players based abroad, with the majority of these on the books of English clubs. Boso has named Istanbulspor rising star Michael Ologo, Trelleborg's FC central defender Abel Oguchi, and FC Cartagena winger Beji Mohamed in his provisional squad for the tournament in Egypt. The Nigerian Under-20 Bulls plans to print the number of players in camp to 25 within the next 5 days before announcing a final 21-man roster.
Roy Keane has acknowledged that Cristiano Ronaldo's exit has helped Erik ten Hag bring the feel-good factor back to Manchester United. The Manchester United legend covered the Red Devils' 2-0 victory over Nottingham Forest in their League Cup, with Ten Hag's side progressing to the final on 5-0 aggregate. United had enjoyed a resurgence since the mutual termination of Ronaldo's contract last November, winning 12 home games on the bounce. Keane had been a fierce defender of Ronaldo towards the end of his second spell at Old Trafford, but now admits that his former teammates has helped Ten Hag affect significant change.
And Brazil soccer legend Anthony Garissa was excited about Victor Osimhen's goal for Napoli against AS Roma, saying it was a replica of one of the late Pele's goal. It has earlier been reported that the brilliant goal scored by the striker was a George Serie A goal of the month for January. The Georgian forward Kicha Kwaralea received a brilliant pass from Mario Rui on the left before it was crossed to Osimhen, who pulled it down on his chest and fired it wide past Roy Patricio.
And Egypt-bound Nigeria and Zambia under-20 teams clashed in a prestige encounter at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja today, in what promises to be a fierce encounter, with both gearing up for the Africa's under-20 Cup of Nations starting in the North African nation in a fortnight. The 35-man delegation of the 2017 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations champions landed at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport on Thursday afternoon aboard an Ethiopian airline flight from Addis Ababa.
And on this note, we say bye on this morning edition of Headlines from 104.5 FM. Eliawi Oke Bale Oshobo. It has been the draw of Adeyemi Abodeni and
Daniel Equeri.
The producer of the program is Motunrayo Ayebayo, while the production advisor is Abimbola Babatunde. Our colleagues will be around tomorrow morning for another edition of the program. From us here, we are saying good morning.